Pre-election tension in West Africa to glimmers of hope amid Central African conflict. Here's the news shaping our world tonight. This is the African News Update on top Accolade News. The headlines. Pre-election tensions escalate in Ivory Coast. Mozambique marks first anniversary of political killings. Uganda secures $2 billion in new World Bank financing. South Africa debate intensify over affirmative action reforms. Kicking off with West Africa's powder keg, a paramilitary police officer was shot dead while on patrol in southern Ivory Coast as tensions escalate over Saturday's presidential election. The attackers remain unidentified, but the area is an opposition stronghold and has seen protests after leading candidates Laurent Gbagbo and Tijani Thiam were barred from running. President Alassane Ouattara, 6 of 4th term, and now faces Simon Gbagbo and others, with all public protests banned, though campaign rallies continue. While Ouattara has overseen major infrastructure projects since 2011, critics cite rising inequality, the high cost of living, and accuse him of cozy ties with France. As Ivory Coast head to the polls, the country stands at a crossroad where the ballot box may speak louder than bullets. From West Africa, we move south to Mozambique. Mozambique's former presidential candidate, Venancio Mondlane, denied calls for street protests as police cautioned citizens not to take part in demonstrations that could risk disrupt public order ahead of the first anniversary of the killings linked to the widely disputed October 2024 elections. The perpetrators remain unidentified, and authorities have made no progress in solving the case. Commemorative events were held in Maputo. The Mozambican Bar Association condemned the investigation's delay, warning that prolonged silence threatens the trust in justice and democracy. A year on, the unresolved killings serve as a stark reminder that political violence in Mozambique cast a long shadow over the country's democratic aspirations. Pivoting to brighter economic horizons, where aid resumes despite divides, the World Bank will provide Uganda with over $2 billion in new financing over the next 3 years to support development, resuming loans paused over the country's anti-LGBTQ law. Funds will target transport, energy, ICT, agriculture, and other sectors. Uganda, a prospective oil producer, is also negotiating a new IMF program, with oil production expected by mid-2026. The return of conventional financing underscores that economic priorities can sometimes outweigh political divides, but the stakes for Uganda's future remains high. From Uganda's road story, we head south to South Africa, where economic debate has stirred political passions. South Africa's Democratic Alliance has introduced the Economic Inclusion for All Bill to remove race-based provision for the Public Procurement Act, effectively altering part of the ANC's broad-based Black Economic Empowerment Program. The DA says the current system fosters corruption and benefits a few, proposing poverty as the new measure of disadvantage. The ANC opposes the move, warning it threatens historic redress. While unlikely to pass, the bill highlights South Africa's ongoing struggle to balance past injustices with economic reality. You're watching the African News Update on Top Accolade News. Do stay with us. Still to come. Thanks for staying with us. Return to the dangers of war. Sudan's paramilitary rapid support forces launched drone attacks on Khartoum International Airport and a nearby power station as the airport prepared to reopen for domestic flights after nearly 30 months. Witnesses reported at least 8 explosions. Some drones were shot down, while others caused damage and panic in surrounding neighborhoods. Neither the army nor RSF has commented. The conflict, ongoing since April 2023, has killed over 20,000 and displaced more than 14 million, highlighting that peace in the capital remains fragile. To the forests and minerals of Central Africa, hope flickers in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Almost 40 members of the Rwandan-backed M23 rebel group have surrendered in North and South Kivu provinces of the DRC, including civilians, soldiers, police, and 2 rebel officers forcibly conscripted earlier. The army urged other rebels to follow suit, as the DRC and M23 agreed last week in Doha to set up an oversight body for a potential permanent ceasefire. The decades-long conflict has displaced 7 million people, and while the surrenderers offered a glimmer of hope, even small steps towards peace remain hard-won in a region scarred by war. Return to celebrity and culture. Samuel Daniels, brother of Nollywood actress Regina Daniels, has dismissed claims by her husband, Senator Ned Nwoko, that the actress is involved in drug abuse, asserting on social media that she has never engaged in substance misuse. While acknowledging challenges within the marriage, Samuel said he chose not to publicly discuss them and emphasized that Regina's reputation is being unfairly targeted. The controversy sparked reaction from Nollywood figures and human rights activists, with some criticizing the senator's public statement as inappropriate for private family matters. As the debate continues online, the episode highlights how personal disputes can quickly become public scandals, reminding fans that fame often magnifies every family conflict into a national spectacle. And finally, we end on a note of determination and pride in African sports. Ghana's Black Queens have commenced their first training sessions in Egypt as they prepare for the crucial 2026 African Women's Cup of Nations qualifier against the host nation. 18 players participated in the initial session under the supervision of the coaching staff, focusing on tactics and fitness, with the rest of the squad expected to join shortly. The team aimed to make a strong statement in the first leg as the target qualification for next year's tournament. With every drill and strategy session, the Black Queens are proving that determination on the training ground can turn ambition into continental glory. From elections and economics to war, culture, and sports, Africa's stories tonight remind us that the courage, conflict, and creativity is shaping our continent. Whether in ballad, battlefields, or football fields, people's lives and hopes remain at the center, and that is a story that binds them all. I'm Ojarumi Okocha, and this is the African News Update on Top Accolade News, keeping you connected to the pulse of the continent.